If you work on a company computer, they're probably watching you. But it's probably not for the reason you think. When the pandemic hit and nearly everyone had to work from home, there were plenty of stories about companies monitoring employees to make sure they were being productive while working from home.
A recent New York Times investigation found 8 of the 10 largest private employers in the U.S. tracked the productivity metrics of their workers, many of them in real time.
More recently, however, studies have found that employees who know they're being monitored for productivity are actually more likely to break the rules. And as more companies get comfortable with employees working from home and measuring them based on what they get accomplished, fewer employers are concerned about productivity. But that hasn't stopped them from monitoring employee activity. So why are companies monitoring employees' activities on their work computers? It has to do with information security. In a digital economy, data is perhaps the most valuable commodity.
Data is going to have more value in the future, and we're going to build economies on our data. Data will become a currency.
Data's the new oil.
When you hear about a company getting hacked, what do cybercriminals take?
The hacked data includes names, social security numbers, birth dates, driver's licenses, and other ID information.
It included 140,000 social security numbers and 80,000 bank account numbers.
Yeah, right now, patient records are the top target for cyber thieves.
Cybercriminals usually use the data to try to steal your accounts, identity, or money, which is why companies are getting hit with bigger and bigger fines and lawsuits related to data breaches.
To pay $50 million in damages to
$57 million.
Up to $150 million.
$350 million. $5 billion for failing to protect the personal information of 2.3 billion users worldwide.
So you can understand why companies are increasingly concerned about employee and customer information. Unfortunately, there are too many cases where an employee was the one who either accidentally or intentionally shared or took sensitive data outside the company's network. Protecting that information and making sure it's handled correctly is one of the main reasons employers monitor employees. They have to keep an eye on the data because it's both a valuable asset and a huge risk if it falls into the wrong hands. Another big reason why companies keep tabs on their employees' computers is intellectual property. This includes ideas, products, and processes they've developed, and they usually give companies an advantage over competitors, making it one of the big reasons they're successful. Companies' biggest concerns are their secrets, especially business strategies and plans for new products, because in the hands of a competitor, it could cost them millions, even billions in potential profits.
Companies around the world are spending millions in the race to own the autonomous car market. And one Apple engineer allegedly stole company secrets about those kind of vehicles. And now he has to answer to the FBI.
The FBI has estimated that China alone steals nearly $600 billion in intellectual property from companies in the United States each year, amounting to trillions of dollars in losses to the U.S. economy over the last 10 years. If you have access to business strategies, future plans, or other critical documents, the company is probably watching to make sure those documents aren't being emailed out or saved to a cloud or USB drive. They're more concerned with what you do with that information, not how much time you're spending looking at social media. The reasons companies are watching is to make sure their company and customer data stays secure and doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And as an employee, shouldn't it be reassuring your employer is doing what it can to keep growing? Share this information with coworkers and friends to help them understand why their companies might be monitoring them. If this video helped you, give it a like and check out our videos and subscribe to the channel to get more tips on being security aware.